What's good, people? I'm right now in the Central Park in New York, enjoying the nature. Beautiful day. The weather is amazing. It's not too sunny, but yeah, you feel very comfortable. So I enjoy it a lot. Mm, I wanted to pinpoint today how important, feeling emotions are. I know when I had hard times back then, where I felt like I was depressed, like when I was in the beginning of my 20s, it was like I couldn't feel anything anymore. It was, I closed so much because I had the feeling everything is so overwhelming and everything is so fearful and hurt so much that I, yeah, just a second. I don't like the setup at all. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, so I had the feeling that the anxiety and the negative feelings, the suffering, and the pain is so much that at some point I totally closed, and life didn't make fun anymore. It was. I had the feeling it stopped, and with each day it got worse and worse, and I couldn't feel anything anymore. I was like numb. And I think that's the point where lots of depressed people are searching for that feeling, for that something is happening in life by taking high amount of drugs or going from the next rush of adrenaline to the other one. So what helped me was basically to find joy again in feeling and allowing to feel. You know, the thing is that I have the feeling we are tend to. So if something happens, like when a trauma happens, it's like something bad is happening to me, and I'm overwhelmed with that, right? So I just close. I rather close instead of feeling that feeling because it's so horrible and we have to go through hell and it's so painful. So I rather say I don't want to feel that. I close myself, and instead of facing that tremendous fear or pain. So but what happens then is that we are also not able to feel the positive things, feel love and the magic of life and joy and laughter. So if we close ourselves to the so-called negative emotions, we are also closing ourselves to the positive ones. So it's a hard payoff. And I rather get hurt and die, literally, from time to time, but also feel the joy instead of feeling nothing. Because that's what it is to be human, right? I mean, when we would be just logical and wouldn't feel anything, it's like being a robot. And I studied IT. I can program then something, but it's beautiful, but there is no magic in it. Magic is this feeling everything, this poof, and it's overwhelming, but I love it. I love it, you know. There were times I was afraid to love, like Most of us are. So we got hurt in our past relationships and then we don't want to open anymore. So we get into this kind of, not even relationships, but this place where everybody wants to be safe and is looking and playing around, and there is no meaningful connection. Nothing bad with that, but we need that at some point, you know? And just because avoiding this fear, this disappointment that when you give everything to someone, if you open totally your heart and it's not working out, it's hell, man. I'm so sensitive. It destroys your heart, but it wouldn't hurt so much when it would be not love in the end, right? So you need to embrace that. Definitely. You know, in the Eastern philosophy, they talk about dying before dying. And I think they mean that with that. You know, that when we die every second, every minute, that means also we love, and it's the circle. We enjoy life. We are not afraid to give everything away. The sufferness begins when we are attaching ourselves to these emotions. You know, emotions come and go. The issue is just if we hold on. So if we know that everything will disappear at some point, every emotion is coming and going away, why are we afraid of it then? If we know that we will come back, how far are we willing to go? And how intense are we willing to feel the things? Because it can get very intense. It's infinite. Like opening myself to be more trustful, be more loving, it's never ending. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of this thing called life. Because if there would be an end, there would be no magic. And even death is not an end, it's a transformation. We can see it on the nature. So change, being flexible. I talk always about this kind of things. This kind of things saved my life. Definitely. And maybe that's the reason why I enjoy so much traveling. Because it's always different. I always have to leave my comfort zone. And it's exciting. I enjoy every second of it. Even the fear. So it's important to cultivate a lifestyle where we can enjoy everything, enjoy the fear, and not label one thing as negative and the other things as positive. Like the sages, the people who are very wise, they know that being too much attached into being happy is so-called suffering. Underlying everything there is a truth, happiness and love, and we need to discover that. You know, evolution or growth is not so much concerned with our happiness, it's more concerned about our growth. And that's the beauty. That's why I try to see whatever I do, whatever I experience, it's for my growth. Every person I met helped me to grow, even if it hurt so bad. And at that moment I was so disappointed, and I was like, that's not good at all. You can transform it. You can be grateful for everything what happens to you in your life. Doesn't matter how much it hurts, but it was growth. You know, there is I said that already in some videos, and I'm so convinced of that suffering or sufferness creates character. It's so true. So let's embrace life with all emotions and be strong. That's strong. Being strong means it doesn't matter what will happen, which emotion will appear. I trust in the end. I trust the process. I trust the moment. And I trust that everything what will happen is for my good. So that's it. I hope you have a fulfilling life and experience everything which is included into it.